Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. 1050 days less the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Russian forces have struck Zaporizhia with guided aerial bombs, which exploded near the administrative building of an infrastructure facility and a roadway. 13 people were killed and 63 injured in the result of this attack, reports Ukrinform. The Russians conducted two strikes with guided bombs at 3:40 p.m. on 8th of January. The bombs exploded amidst a crowd of people near the administrative building of an infrastructure facility and a roadway. The building and vehicles caught fire. 28 vehicles were damaged, including a tram and a bus. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky commented on the attack in his evening video address. Quote, "This was a direct attack on the city, on ordinary people, an absolutely deliberate strike by the Russian army. This shows once again what Russia truly seeks. They want only war and only victims. This is why we must not waste a single day. We must put pressure on Moscow. We must force Russia into peace. We must continue doing everything necessary to protect lives and stop deaths." Unquote. US President-elect Donald Trump's special envoy for Ukraine and Russia, Keith Kellogg, said he aims to try to find a solution to the full-scale war within 100 days of the new president's inauguration, reports European Pravda. In an interview with Fox News, Kellogg stressed that both he and Trump are aware that they have little time to find a solution to Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine. Quote, "People need to understand that he's not trying to give something to Putin or to the Russians. He's actually trying to save Ukraine and to save their sovereignty. And he's going to make sure that it's equitable and that it's fair." Unquote. The Trump's advisor believes that Biden's biggest mistake was refusing to talk to Vladimir Putin after 2022, while Trump is determined to do so. Kellogg believes that Trump will be able to propose an acceptable solution to Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky in the near term. Earlier, Keith Kellogg said that he was planning to visit to listen to both sides in the full-scale war. It was also reported that he had been due to come to Kyiv in January, but the visit was postponed. We would really appreciate if you could rate us, ideally with 5 stars, and leave a glowing review in the app where you're listening to this podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. This really helps more people to find out about the highlights from Ukraine and truth about Russia's invasion. President Volodymyr Zelensky commented on Donald Trump's recent statement that he can understand Russia's feelings about Ukraine's aspirations to join NATO, reports Interfax Ukraine. Zelensky called for no conclusions to be drawn about US policy in this regard, emphasizing the need for Ukraine to secure concrete security guarantees. Quote, "Remember, Ukraine was told that Patriot systems could only be deployed in NATO countries. Now we must work and do everything to ensure that Ukraine receives security guarantees worthy of our people, guarantees that could stop Putin." Unquote. Zelensky further added that Ukraine has the right to demand serious and robust security guarantees from a world that constantly claims leadership and from countries aspiring to global peace. He stated that the issue of security guarantees does not depend solely on the US but also on the allied stance of European nations. Earlier, Trump stated that Joe Biden had broken a deal to deny Ukraine NATO membership and that he can understand Russia's feelings regarding this matter. Trump has previously argued that Biden should not have promised Ukraine NATO membership, claiming that this was a reason for Russia launching its full-scale war. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just 2 people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.